All right. So we started, after we started with a ISA, an inside sales agency, quite a number of years ago. We were losing a ton of ground to some of our competitors, guys that would walk into my office, and we've been well known on the internet for our sites for quite a while. And frankly, we figured the registration leads were beneath us. Just to be perfectly frank, we didn't really approach it as a business. We wanted to be comfortable with who we were as a group and a culture that really helped clients succeed versus being a company that that poached people off of the internet. Harassed them with sales calls and forced registrations, asking for their firstborn before we were willing to let them see any listings online. And we had guys coming into our office on a regular basis, that were always bugging us about teaming up with them. And they'd buy us out, we'd buy them out. And we always kind of chuckled because they were based primarily on registration leads and ISAs. And they started killing us. We were doing really, really well. And then we started getting absolutely killed by these companies that had teams that had better approaches. They took the ISA portion of it seriously. And it was something that we then had to start looking at. So we've done little ventures into it in the past, just because of our high traffic websites. But it always failed. Frankly, it was a cluster that was time consuming for me. It was stressful. We had to do trainings, retrainings. We would find a company and we would decide, after 6 months that they just really weren't worth the effort. They weren't good matches. They were that harassing type sales calls. We went away from that with third-party companies, and we started into hiring in-house, and so doing it ourselves. And we were really happy, super optimistic about what we were going to do with that. We had ISAs that were, in the office right beside us. We could track them, we could monitor them, and we could make sure that they were doing things in the way that we wanted to see it done. We had zero success after a 9-month period, and I mean zero success. We didn't have one single closed off commission check coming our way. Scrapped that whole thing, looked into more, hiring, training programs to do our own ISA programs. We went with another company that was good. Suddenly we were in the black, we were making profits. We had some good results from it. That company shut down. so we're on the hunt again. And that's when we actually started talking to Brandon from Convertifi. And I got to tell you, we went from bad to worse to really good to we're ecstatic with the results that we're getting. And we've been a month in. It's a little under a month. Within that short time frame, we've actually got more business in the pipeline than we had with the full year on the company that we were happy with before. I mean, those numbers may not be sustainable over the long period of time. I don't know. I'm certainly hopeful, but everything has seemed to line up with the way that we want to do business. In speaking with the people that Convertifi is talking to, it's very customer service oriented. They're helping them through the process versus just straight up sales callsy. So it puts us in a really good position. Even if they don't want to be talking, they don't feel like they're being harassed through those calls. And let me tell you, at the end of the day, when I go home and I talk to my wife and we have a glass of wine, I can share that I feel proud, not only in what we do and how we service our customers and get them through that whole process, but also in the checks that we're earning at the end of the day, because frankly, it's working. And it's working well past what we anticipated and expected it would. So I'm super happy with Convertifi. Super happy to see the results, and the agents have been ecstatic with it as well.
Amazing. Thank you, Chris. It's perfect. How many appointments were generated in that first month? I think it was in the 20 to 30 range.
Yeah, I think we've got, I don't have the numbers right here in front of me, but I think we were looking at 25 over a 3-week period. That is just what is coming off the site. So we haven't even implemented our pay-per-click programs yet, or retargeting, which, we're going to get going in the works now that we've seen that, we can get a positive payback from it. Agents are happy, agents are busy. That's a big part of stress relief for me as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, honestly, we feel good about what we're doing out there. We can hold our heads up high that we're properly servicing customers into clients throughout the whole process and just genuinely helping them get what they want, which is to, eventually buy or sell or both a home.